Hi, my name is Abayomi Sobowale. I'm the creative director for Yomi Visuals.
Hi, I'm Adedayo Adedokun, finance specialist at BudPay, and today we'll be discussing about the new tax dashboard, if you can actually file it on your phone.
Okay. But before we even get into that discussion, um, you know, recently, with all this new tax scare that is going on around about maybe the government will be removing money from our accounts, how they will be removing it. I want to confirm: is it true that the government will just be, removing money randomly from people's accounts?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't believe so. Because, when you open a bank account, right, I don't think you expect it. If the only thing you want to see in your bank account as a debit alert is transactions that you authorized or bank charges.
Okay.
Right? So if you are seeing a transaction that is fraudulent on your account, what do? You call your bank. So I don't think that is even possible at all. So we'll need that in the board. And even the tax convener, the person driving this,
Yeah.
Mr. Taiwo Udili, he even made it very clear that that will not happen. So this is not me saying it.
We hope so.
He said it.
We hope so.
Yeah, of course.
I have some questions here, and my first question is: what is the new digital taxing digital filing system about, and how does it work?
Okay, yeah. So the new data mining system is the okay it is just about so basically what is about is an e-invoice filing system, right? So this e-invoice filing system is about businesses whereby you are linking your invoice whenever you make a sale
Okay.
to anybody, to any customer. That invoice that you used to make a sale, that receipt that you used to make a sale, the NRS, which is formerly FIRS,
Okay.
will now link it to a particular site. So that site, whenever you make any sale, that particular invoice will come with a code.
Okay.
I don't know what to call it. I've forgotten the name. Let's just assume. Let's call it a QR code.
Okay.
Let's assume in this scenario. So whenever you make a sale, that code will come with a QR code, such that when you make that sale, right?
Trace it.
Yes, it can be traced, both by the tax authority and by you yourself and by the person that is getting it. So this will enable them to effectively to effectively track your tax, and they can effectively reconcile it at the end of the year when you are trying to file your returns.
Okay. So how does this affect, say, my day-to-day costs in, my business? For example, photography that I do.
Okay.
If I have to buy a new gadget, if I have to pay for some maintenance and all that, how will I also file all these reports?
Okay. If you are talking about your day-to-day costs, so at the end of the year, this is not actually a day-to-day um, transaction. Although by day-to-day, well, we assume that maybe if you buy any equipment from anybody outside, so you will get their receipts from them.
Yeah.
That receipt automatically on their side with NRS instead of FIRS now, it will be registered as a sale to them, and a tax will be automatically applied. That's VAT.
Okay.
Yes. So then for you on your own side, when you get that product, it's not going to count for you. But if you now give a service out, maybe someone comes to your shop to take a photo shoot. So you have an invoice. I will assume you have an invoice.
Yes.
So you have to link an invoice to a particular site. So the NRS site. So I assume you are a small business owner. So it will be linked to that particular site, right? And when it is linked, the invoice will now be it will generate a QR code, like I said earlier, which will now be whatever tax is now there will be applied to the name of your business. That at the end of the year, this tax that has been applied, you will be using to reduce your liability.
Okay. Um, Tax is such a complex topic. Even while you're explaining, I'm trying to fully grasp the whole understanding.
I understand.
But in layman terms, what? How can you explain? That I get money, The fear many of us are having currently, like we small businesses, is that, I receive 5 million naira, for example, and out of that 5 million naira, I have maybe a cost of maybe 2 million naira to run the job as a photographer. If maybe you are paid for a commercial event and something like that, and you spend 2 million naira, your own profit there is say 3 million.
Okay.
And there are still other things to be considered, the costs of maintenance and all, some little things. How will I be able to accurately communicate that report to the tax body?
Okay, very good question. So now, when you want to make any transaction, like you said, a business.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Explain it to me like
a layman.
A dummy.
A dummy. Okay, I will explain it to you like a dummy. So let's say, for example, you call a tailor.
Mm-hmm.
You want to do wambe tomorrow.
Okay.
Abi? Now, this tailor you call is not just one random tailor. This is a standard tailor.
Yeah.
With a standard shop, standard regulated
System.
business. Yes, a system. Not this age kind of shop on the road. I'm sorry to say. I know disrespect.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to create that scenario.
Of course.
Now, before they come to you, before you guys agree on the price, they would have already analyzed what like you said, the cost to the business. So in this scenario now, they're going to tell you that, okay, Oga, we have you want to sew clothes. We are going to buy clothes. We are going to buy all the needing materials that we need for this thing. But that cost, there's something that we call, I don't want to, since you said I should explain it like a baby. So that cost, that one, when they send you the invoice, they will break it down.
Okay.
I don't understand. I don't know if you get.
Like
Yes.
needle, thread.
They may not even call needle thread, but they will not call it, maybe the total cost, like you said, maybe let's assume it's 5 million. Let's say you're a big boy. So let's say the total money that you're going to give them is 5 million, right? So they are going to incur about 2 million.
Okay.
So that 2 million, they are going to break it down. They are going to break it down, but they will not break it down line by line. They will just call it other associated costs, or they cannot break it down, but they will break it down in a simplified manner, such that so that you can understand and the tax authority can understand
it.
So when they now do that, there will now be a balance of 3 million.
Okay.
So that 3 million, that's where they will now apply their VAT
from.
Yes, exactly. Not that 2 million. So the total will now be 2 million plus 3 million plus the VAT. I don't know if you get.
I think I understand.
So
now.
you understand?
Yes, I think I understand.
Exactly.
My next question is this new digital filing system going to make the filing faster and more efficient? What do you think?
Well, technically,
because it used to be a more difficult process in the past. It's very manual in the past. So what do you think this new digital system is going to?
Can you allow me to digress a bit?
Okay.
I remember when I started my career in 2021, thereabouts. So when the new tax Promax was launched in 2020 or 2019, I think. So at that time, before tax Promax, there was so much, like it was physical. You have to go to their office, stand on a queue, for hours. Someone will now, you have to. Don't let me talk too much. But you have to, you have to make sure people like you, yada yada yada. All this kind of human nature.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Tax Promax came to ease that pain. So even on Tax Promax now, I can say it is easier. I can sit in my office or at my house and file tax without stress. But
good.
now, going to your question, that digital tax, is it going to make it easier? Absolutely, yes. How will you make it easier? The e-invoice. Because it's not like before that. At the end of the year, let me give you an instance. Maybe at the end of the month, I'm an accountant now. So I have to prepare a schedule to show all my VAT. Yada. on this scenario of this e-filing, what's going to mean is that it's going to be automated. That is taking a burden off my chest. So once my company makes a sale and the receipt has been scanned and the money goes to the NRS, there's no need for me to now be doing one long schedule to showing VAT. So if I say I made 5 million naira sales in the month of November, at the end of the month, NRS will see 5 million on their portal. So it makes things easier.
So my next question is, do I need to buy any special software for all these things?
Okay. For special software, I mean, it depends on the level of the business that you run.
Okay.
Like, for example, if it was a big company, yes, absolutely, because they will have a lot of transactions and there is no margin for error there because of those transactions are huge. But for smaller businesses, you don't need any expensive software. All you need is a good internet, a laptop, and their sites. So they will communicate a site that freelancers can go to generate the invoices that for their seats, whatever they are selling, so that it can match what they are.
Actual.
Yes, exactly. So there is no need for any big software.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I think I'm becoming a tax expert. This new law also promises easier and faster tax refund. Coming from experience of, the kind of country that we are in, because a lot of things can be said, and at the end of the day, it's just audio noise. Do you really think that it will be efficient? Do you really think, because what is going to be the system? We don't know the system in play. We don't know the infrastructure in play for, refund.
Okay, by refund.
And I don't, also, we must take the fact that we are not confident in our system.
Okay, first of all, I don't think you should talk down on our Nigerian system.
Okay.
Yes. Why I would say you should not talk down on the system or you should not look down on the system is that I know you have a business and you have banks. We have payment infrastructures that are in place that are making transactions seamless. For instance, we have NIPS.
Yeah.
We have InterSwitch. We have BudPay. We have that are making our transactions that are making it seamless, right? And these infrastructures are used for our salaries, for big payments. So the infrastructure is already there. There is even a meter. And currently, that is being used on tax payments. I don't know if it will be changed, but for now, that is being used. So going back to your question that will there be refunds? So I want to ask you, these refunds you mean, are you talking about cash?
Of course. Government can be owing me money now.
I have to laugh. Okay. Well, if it's about cash refunds, I cannot authoritatively tell you that there will be cash refunds, but there will be refunds. So why do I say so? So on Tax Max or on the tax portal, the one we are using currently, and I believe it will be adopted to the new system. So there's something that we call tax credits. Okay. So the tax credits means that once you have made a sale or or someone files for VAT, and it's in your name, it will go to your ledger on the tax form as a tax credit.
Oh.
Yes. So that means that what is credit means that the tax body recognizes that someone has made tax in your name, which means it's owing you. So it's like a refund for you.
So if I get you correctly, so for example, whenever all these times that I've been, working with like some corporate bodies and they ask me to add my tax ID and everything, so they've been indirectly paying some of the tax already.
To your yes.
To my
yes, correct. So that's why if you notice, I don't know if you've noticed, but I know you would have seen as a business for you, when you want to get a service from somebody, maybe you want to buy an equipment. A vendor, a sensible vendor, after the amount, the breakdown, the VAT, whatever, he or she or they, if it's a company, will include a tax ID.
Yes.
That tax ID, at the end of the month, if you are filing, depending on who is filing for you, whether it's your accountant or your consultant, you understand? When they are filing your VAT or your withholding tax, they will attach that ID to their schedule. So on the Pro Max, when they pay, it will apply. It will be applied as a credit in your name or in their name. So that the purpose of that is that at the end of the financial year or the end of the year or when they want to come and do tax audits, that credit will accumulate on your position. Are you following?
Yeah.
When that credit accumulates in your position, when you want to now file for maybe CIT, company income tax, so or I don't know, personal income tax if you're a personal person, the credit items, the amount that has been in credit on your portal will reduce your liability. So that's just the purpose. But if it's about cash refunds, I do not think that will happen. Don't quote me that.
Okay, I think I get once I issue a receipt and the receipt carries my tax ID and I had my VAT to it, it's like I am paying my tax already.
Yes, sort of.
Okay. Because for a long time I've just been like, are these people paying the tax for me or they are paying it for themselves? I never used to really understand.
Yes, and something came to my mind now. Sorry, as you said that. So for us as a business, like for example, if they check their tax credit, let's say for example, I'm using it as example. Let's say my name is Adedayo now. I have a company called Deus Group, right? I'm using this scenario. I bought a generator from JMG, but I've reduced withholding tax from them, but I've not paid. So when they check their credit, they will see that the credit from Deus Group has not come. The tax credit.
Is there a way to check this credit that you're talking about?
Yes, on Tax Pro Max. If you go to your Tax Pro Max, you will see your tax credit ledger. So when you on that dashboard, if you maneuver it very well, you will see it. You will check all the vendors that are paying their tax. So you will see the tax credit. But this e-invoicing, this new system, whether or not, so far you have made a sale.
Okay.
The thing will go to that invoice. It is already in NIS system, and it will be in the name of the company that the sale was made. So it will make that process easier.
Okay. Let's digress a little bit.
Okay.
Tax. The government wants to start taxing us, especially because I believe that there are so many other ways they've been taxing us indirectly. We go to supermarkets, it's taxed. They say if we buy pure water, it's already taxed. So why this special, or why what do they want to do? They want to suck us dry? What really is the point? Is it so important that we pay these taxes?
Bro, it's important you pay your tax. Now what I think? You must pay your tax.
Okay.
I mean, it's important. So they are not actually sucking you dry. So what I feel they are trying to do is that they are trying to create a very organized system where every and anybody that is working or that is accountable. I don't know if you get. So if you are a business, it will make you be more organized in your operations, knowing fully well that you're accountable at the end of the year. I don't know if you get. So the goal is not to suck you dry. Okay, why do I say it's not to suck you dry? Some of the new provisions in the tax law states that, and I quote that, a minimum, so anybody that is earning 800,000 and below will not be liable to pay tax.
Okay.
And for companies, your annual turnover, if it's 50 million and above, that's when you start paying CIT. But if it's below, you will not pay. And also, there was also I don't know if I've confirmed it. They said that you have a rent, if you are filing for yourself a personal income tax,
I heard that.
you have a rent allowance of up to 500,000.
500,000?
Yes. So when you want to file, but I don't know, they said you bring your rent receipt. Yeah, so I feel they're not here to suck you dry, although we don't yet know the full impact on how it will affect the economy. But overall, I think it is a good initiative.
Okay, I have another question.
Okay.
So we've been seeing a lot of gists, hearing a lot of gists online about how it is better to have a limited liability company than just a registered business name.
Okay.
And I'm trying to understand the benefits, because for someone like me, I registered my limited liability company sometime in 2022, and I have never used it before. I have not opened an account with it. It's just there. I've been using my business name so far.
Okay.
So what are the benefits?
Okay. Well, this is a question. It's deep. That we answer. So,
Like
actually,
a dummy answer.
like a dummy. Okay. Like that's why I said it's deep.
Yes.
I'm processing how we answer. Okay. Think about it like this. When you have a business and you open a business name, there are some benefits you will not get. Okay, I don't know how we'll now put it that like a dummy. Let me think. Okay, let me just answer normally. So when you have a business name, it doesn't carry much weight. I don't know if you get. So for it's just advisable for any reasonable person that wants to be an entrepreneur. Maybe you start with a business name, but it's imperative to go and have a limited liability company. And what are the benefits? The benefits are some of the things I've just listed. For instance, your business name, I don't know, but I feel that it doesn't. People will not really trust the business. Like if you want to deal with serious people, they won't trust you because they'll be like a business name. Like, dude, you cannot own my money. Yes, a limited liability company can sue and be sued. Okay. Like it is an independent person.
Yes.
I don't think a business name have that power. I don't know if you get. If you have, Yomi, your name is Yomi, right? If your photography company is Photos Limited, for Deluxe Photos Limited, it is not Yomi. It's not Yomi. It's different. But
stand alone.
Yes, it stands alone. So it can sue and be sued in its own name. That's the number one benefit. Number two, any tax, like this new tax laws now, any benefits that applies under the scheme, it will be easier for you to apply as a limited liability company than as a business name. So the benefits are endless. So, and to just digress a bit, if you want to even open transaction accounts, like for example, my company, BudPay, we have a API that helps us to make seamless payments for our customers. Okay. We actually prefer people that have limited liability companies to come and open our wallet with us. Though I believe we accommodate business names as well, but it's just better. Like it's way better. The reality is different as a limited liability company.
So you would advise
yes
that entrepreneurs should
have a
register a limited liability.
Yes, it's just better. It's better.
Okay, and now which brings me to my last question.
Okay.
Pay your tax. What are the penalties of not paying these taxes? For example, if I have issues with internet or my software misbehaves, something that's been keeping all my records, all of a sudden, maybe I lose my login or something. What are the penalties? Am I going to go to jail? Will I be sentenced? I want to understand.
Okay. So this is how it works on that side of things. So, for example, in life, there are some things that we call, I don't know the Latin word, we call acts of God. And acts of God, in quotes, there are things that are beyond your control.
Okay.
You cannot do anything about it. You can't do nothing about it. Say, for instance, like you said, network glitch. Yes, it can happen. Even sometimes, as accountants, there are some times of the month where we want to file tax and tax remarks and decide that it's not going. There was a time when I was working with my former employer. That time, me and my boss then, the finance manager, were trying to file for, I forgot, maybe CIT. That day, the site was not going. I was afraid that, it's how we are going to miss the deadline. My boss was telling me, just be sign it. I now sat down on the system. I was now loading the tax marks till the thing went. It was not funny. So there are some times when acts of God can actually happen. They are beyond your control, like network disruptions, like maybe if the site is down, or if there's a power outage, maybe national grid fails.
Yes.
You know that there are some things that can happen that are beyond your control. So in that case, if it's a national grid something, or maybe it's something that affects the whole people, it will not be counted against you. So far, the most underlying thing that you need to understand is that you need to make a conscious effort. When they see that you are making a conscious effort, so sometimes there's something that they call on this new system, they call it tax on board. I don't know if I got it right. So that person, you can send a query to them about your challenge. Yes. So because on Tax Max, I know that every company has a legal person or a representative from FIS that you can talk to.
Okay.
Yes, like the number is there, the email is there.
So
you
can
just call.
send
Yes.
your email.
So,
I've been trying to.
but this new system, they call it tax on board. So you can chat to the person. The only time the penalties come in is if it's for people that are deliberately affording to pay tax. Or people that maybe for 3 months they never even opened their artist thing. The penalty, it depends on how severe what they've done is. So there is no real fixed. You can't say whether maybe they will charge you 50 million or something. We don't really know.
But there's no jail time, right?
Bro, I said it depends on the gravity of the offense. If you do something really bad, you are going to jail. No? You go to jail now.
Pay your taxes then.
This thing will touch you. So, but just pay your tax. Just avoid this thing. Just
to avoid wahalas.
Just
to avoid stories that touch.
Just pay your tax, bro. Pay your tax.
Okay. Taking from everything that you have said so far, I think I now understand why us creatives need to make sure we do things by the books. We need to make sure that we, like you said, it's best to have register a limited liability company so that we don't just do things anyhow. We have to be accountable. And I believe that, us creatives, we are very flexible. We like to do things like that.
Obviously.
We get the money, we want to just buy the next camera, and we don't want a situation whereby they are taxing us for all the money that just comes into a personal account, not knowing that some of it is for the business. So thank you very much for this, sharing this knowledge. And I believe that we creatives will do better. Okay.
Thank you very much. The pleasure was actually mine. So it was nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you too.
So see you at the next episode. And please don't forget to sign up on BudPay. Thank you.